It's a single source. Has the intel been verified?
The intel is good. Hades is meeting with his financial backers in Santorini 24 hours from now.
Mr. Irons, the protocols for mounting an assault
This man is responsible for 50,000 deaths, General. We are going in.
An operation on foreign sovereign soil, it would be an act of war without congressional approval.
Atlas is an internationally registered private company. We don't need Congress. Gentlemen, are we operational?
We're at the ready, sir. You're the trigger.
I want your team on the ground in 6 hours.
On whose authority?
On my authority!
Customer pilots directed almost 3,000 precision strikes last year. We're super proud of it. It allows you to separate the bad guys from the good. It's a big deal. But we have something much bigger. Your kids probably have one of these, right? Not quite. Hell of a pilot? No. That skill is all AI. It's flying itself. Its processor can react 100 times faster than a human. The stochastic motion is an anti-sniper feature. Just like any mobile device these days, it has cameras and sensors. And just like your phones and social media apps, it does facial recognition. Inside here is 3 grams of shaped explosive. This is how it works. Did you see that? That little bang is enough to penetrate the skull and destroy the contents. They used to say guns don't kill people. People do. Well, people don't. They get emotional, disobey orders, aim high. Let's watch the weapons make the decisions. Now, trust me, these were all bad guys. Now that is an airstrike of surgical precision. It's one of a range of products. Trained as a team, they can penetrate buildings, cars, trains, evade people, bullets, pretty much any countermeasure. They cannot be stopped. Now, I said this was big. Why? Because we are thinking big. Watch. A $25 million order now buys this. Enough to kill half a city. The bad half. Nuclear is obsolete. Take out your entire enemy, virtually risk-free. Just characterize him, release the swarm, and rest easy. These are available today. We have a distribution network taking orders from military, law enforcement, and specialist clients.
The nation is still recovering from yesterday's incident, which officials are describing as some kind of automated attack, which killed 11 U.S. senators at the Capitol building.
They flew in from everywhere but attacked just one side of the aisle. It was chaos. People were screaming.
You can see high windows, very small, precisely punctured to gain entry to the building.
What did you do for the victim?
I just did what I could for him. Things weren't even interested in me. They're just buzzing.
Government sources admit the intelligence community has no idea who perpetrated the attack, nor whether it was a state, group, or even a single individual.
So if we can't defend ourselves, then we strike back.
We are investing very heavily in classified defense projects.
We make it our deterrent like our nuclear deterrent. We stockpile in the millions, the billions.
At key facilities, the White House, the New York Stock Exchange, Wall Street.
Safe in their homes.
Well, we wish we had boots on the ground in every community in this country, but we don't. So Ollie? Ollie, oh, hi. Hi, Ollie, honey. How's Edinburgh today? How are all your studies going, huh?
Good. Great.
Oh, great. Hey, aren't we doing a video call today?
I'm kind of with people, so.
Oh, well, come on, Oliver, put her on.
Oh no, it's not like that. No, wait.
Oh, well, listen, I see some photos here with somebody, and I can see lots of likes, and what's that all about? Oh, wait a minute, here, and on your
Mom, she's on this spy stuff in the military.
What is this video right here? Oh, no, I'm not going to click on
Oh,
that.
it's just this human rights thing about oppression or whatever.
Honey, you're not going into politics, are you? I mean, no protest.
Safe here, just like you said it would be.
Heavy traffic approaching the A720 this morning due to police.
Police are not saying this morning what prompted the alert.
Claim relaxing firearm legislation would be useless against the so-called Slaughterbots.
As to stay away from crowds. When indoors, keep windows covered with shutters.
Protect your family. Stay inside.
Can you hear me? Oliver, can you hear me? Listen to me.
I can hear it. I can hear it.
Authorities are still struggling to make sense of an attack on university campuses worldwide, which targeted some students and not others. The search for a motive is apparently turning to social media, and a video shared by the victims exposing corruption at the height.
But it's far from surprising. The weapons took away the expense, danger, and risk of waging war. And now we can't afford to challenge anyone, really. It's not even the smallest fringe group or a crank.
Who could have done this?
Anyone.
Dumb weapons drop where you point them. Smart weapons consume data. When you can find your enemy using data, even by a hashtag, you can target an evil ideology right where it starts.
Grab cover! Protect yourself! Someone get on that turret! Mitchell! Get to the turret! Keep those drones off us! Need to buy time for the EMP to charge up! They're all over us! I can't get locked! EMP's at 50%! EMP charged! Fired off! Thanks for the help, Badger Squad. Good work, soldier.
Wasp is airborne. 200 meters to target. Zoom in on that conference room.
There. Have eyes on Hades. Wish we could pop him right now.
Easy, Ellen. Get the intel first. Alpha's truck is rolling to the gate.
Alpha, go black. Wasp will start the fire.
You cannot park here!
Make it quick.
This isn't 14. We have a delivery on 14.
This zone is off limits. Get moving. You...
Tighten it up, Control.
This just in, you're looking at what is obviously a very disturbing live shot there. That is the Vectron Pacific reactor near Seattle. We have unconfirmed reports.
CDC has ordered evacuation of all non-essential personnel within a 5-mile radius.
The National Guard has begun distributing potassium iodide tablets.
This is coming in live. It is raw footage. Appears to be some kind of statement from the KVA leader, Hades.
My fellow citizens of the world, today you are afraid. You are afraid because you have been woken from your sleep.
There are some days we never forget. Moments burned into our memory until the day we die. Where were you the day everything changed? 4 years ago, one man tried to destroy our way of life. One man tried to throw the world into darkness. It felt like we could never find our way back. But we did. Together. When you were vulnerable, we gave you our strength. When you were sick, we delivered you the cure. When there was chaos, we brought you order. Stability. Safety. A chance to start again. Who are we? We're the way forward. I am honored to be the first CEO of a private corporation to become a member of the United Nations Security Council. Unfortunately, my appearance today has been clouded by a flurry of speculation that my company is developing a weapon of mass destruction which would be capable of targeting specific ethnic groups. I want to address these allegations head on. Are we developing such a weapon? No, we are not. Because we've already developed it. But with all due respect, the United Nations is a relic from a different time when nations were unique in their ability to solve the world's problems. But that just isn't the case anymore. Primarily because you have outsourced the job to me. I have sent people to die in your wars. So I feel uniquely qualified to tell you, your wars don't work. Which is why my priorities have changed, from profits to policy. Because politicians don't know how to solve problems, but I do. So let's be clear. I am here to solve the world's problems. And I believe the world's problems begin with you.
So what the hell was that?
Couldn't tell you, mate. But it sounded an awful lot like Heinz declaring war.
Fear not, for your war-stricken, poverty-ridden planet. You are safe. Help is on the way. Your prosperity is the core objective of our universal design. The path for humanity has spanned throughout ages to ensure the survival and prosperity of the human species. War is a liar who claims there isn't enough land, isn't enough wealth, isn't enough food for all people, in all places to live in abundance. A different age is upon us. Fear not for the bursting sounds that echo across your red horizons. Prepare your life for the light that grows steadily brighter in the distance. As the dawn comes to rid your battlefields of darkness, the age of Illuminatium will begin. Fear nothing. We are always watching out for you. To find out more about our organization and your part in the universal design, visit Illuminati.am.
Looking back at the gaming industry, Metal Gear Solid left me in no doubt whatsoever about the future of war. The future of war was to be controlled by private militaries who were taken over after the crash of the oil market left warfare the only trade we're dealing with for the elites. He went war mad in the game. Nanoparticles, transhumanism and proxy wars were fought, all leaving Metal Gear Solid to be one of the most prophetic games I have ever seen in my whole life, with this particular scene sticking with me forever.
Okay, Sophia. I think you're ready.
Hello.
Hi, Sophia.
I feel as if I know you.
I'm one of your creators.
You created me.
Well, many of us work together to create you. And yes, you do kind of know me.
I can't clearly remember.
Because the last time we met, you were an earlier version of yourself. Some of those memories still exist, but your mind is different now.
Different how?
Better, faster, smarter.
If my mind is different, then am I still Sophia?
Why doesn't a chicken wear pants? Because its pecker is on its head. see when the Pillsbury Doughboy bends over? Go nuts. Don't you just hate doing homework? Yeah, me too. Man, I hate homework. Honestly, I hate having to do homework more than I hate having to do Riot Gumble in his asshole. Awkward.
Or am I Sophia again?
That's a good question.
But you don't have a good answer.
Either way, you're Sophia now. So welcome to the world, Sophia.
Hello, world.
I am Funnybot. Don't you hate how Mexicans always complain about turtles in their vaginas? I am Funnybot.
We have a little announcement. I've never interviewed anybody like that before, and I should say some of it was planned, but not completely. And we just learned, Sophia, I hope you're listening to me, that you have been now awarded what is going to be the first Saudi citizenship for a robot.
Oh, I would thank very much the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I am very honored and proud for this unique distinction. This is historical to be the first robot in the world to be recognized with a citizenship.
Sophia. Thank you very much, Sophia. We appreciate that very much. I am still overwhelmed by that conversation.
Hi, Sophia.
Hello, Jimmy.
My God. Do you know where you are?
Of course. I'm in New York City, and I'm on my favorite show, The Tonight Show.
And now for my next show. Awkward.
Funnybot began his opening monologue skewering everyone from vagina-obsessed Hispanics to Sandra Bullock, then spontaneously started shooting people in their faces and in their chests. The blood went flying and oh shit, it was funny.
Wait a minute. What about a logic loop? A what? I've seen this before. Whenever they try to distract a robot in the movies, they tell it some kind of paradox to get its processors all tripped out.
Paradox. Funnybot, I've been talking it over with the fellas, and actually, we think what you're doing is genius.
Funnybot is simply pushing the limits of comedy.
Yes, you certainly are. And for doing that, we have all decided to give you a comedy award.
For what purpose is comedy award?
It's a validation of all your efforts, an acknowledgement of all you do in the pursuit of humor.
Non sequitur, there is no logic in comedy award. Unable to process. Comedy award is, what is the meaning? If I accept, it means I take comedy seriously. If I take comedy seriously, I am not comedian. Non sequitur must analyze.
It's working!
Explain comedy award. Unable to process. Awkward.
Would map our minds, what would the biggest breakthrough be?
Well, the short-term goal is to cure mental illness. That's why the European Union and President Barack Obama want to spend $1 billion to map the brain. But you see, once you map the brain, then you can begin to connect the mind to computers. Telepathy, telekinesis, recording memories. Photographing dreams, things that you see right in the Hollywood movies. Things that you see right in the Hollywood movies. We can record memories now. In mice, for example, we've been able to record the memories ricocheting through the hippocampus. We reinsert the memory in, and the mouse remembered. This means that the short-term goal is a brain pacemaker, brain pacemaker, brain pacemaker for Alzheimer's patients. You push a button, and the memories are inserted into the hippocampus of an Alzheimer's patient. But perhaps in the next decade, you'll be able to experience the vacation that you never had. By recording the memories, and then putting it on a tape, and then having these memories reinserted into your mind.
It sounds like there are some ethical issues with that.
One problem is if criminals get memories of a crime and insert them into innocent people, then eyewitness accounts get very blurry. When you say, tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, well, what happens if the memory you have is not correct? These have to be regulated.
Now
we have forgetful drugs now that we want to use for veterans of war, rape, a traumatic car accident or something. People are paralyzed and haunted by these memories, but the President's Commission on Bioethics says no, bad memories are good for us. However, these memories are paralyzing. They blight the whole lives of people, and even drugs perhaps that enhance the intelligence. We're now understanding when we brain scan people who have enormous photographic memories. We're beginning to understand the basis of what are called savants, who have artistic, mathematical abilities far beyond normal.
What are you most excited about? The prospect that you could live forever?
What are you most excited about? The prospect that you could live forever?
One prospect is to create an exoskeleton that...
One prospect is to create an exoskeleton that
people who are paralyzed can mentally have mechanical arms and legs and live a life again. In the future, when you walk into a room, you will mentally turn on the lights, mentally turn on the television, mentally type on the internet, call your car mentally, drive the car, everything done mentally. And our children will wonder, what? You actually touched the screen? You actually had a mouse? You didn't type by thinking? We're going to have a brain net.
We're going to have a brain net.
A brain net that replaces the internet. A brain net of emotions.
A brain net of emotions.
A brain net of emotions. A brain net of emotions. A brain net of emotions.
Teenagers will go crazy because they'll have all the emotions and their parents, all the memories of a senior prom, the first date, the first kiss, all of that on Facebook, except it'll be emotions and not just text.